were driving out here. Well, we got a contact that told us there's one bomb fisherman who fell on top of the bomb. It exploded, then he lost his right arm.
We arrived at this house right as the power went out.
Cell phone lights.
Are you still recording?
True natural beauty, unbridled, untouched, one of the last of its kind. But this kind of incredible beauty comes at a cost. 5 countries, 5 incredible real stories of adventure, danger, and deceit. These are the last lands, the national parks around the world that have to be saved.
Nama saya Aco, tinggal di Pulau Maratua.
Can you tell me exactly what happened?
Kejadiannya jam 4 sore ketika melihat ikan yang begitu ikannya ada, bahan peledaknya saya bakar, bom kan, pulang, terbang. Nah, habis itu meledak sudah.
So you had the bomb in your hand, you're about to throw it, you slipped and fell to the ground with the bomb right under your arm.
Nggak sempat, dia meledak.
Bomb fishing. It is exactly what it sounds like. Within seconds, the fish float up, some dead, some stunned, sometimes by the ton.
How long were you a bomb fisherman before this happened to you?
1 tahun lebih sudah. Ya, sehingga cepat menghasilkan uang itu dalam 1 hari itu kita bisa menghasilkan ikan itu 2 ton.
He was just 14 when this happened, almost 20 years ago.
So what are you doing now for income?
Kadang-kadang ikut sama teman, kalau teman kasihan ya bawa kerja, apa yang bisa saya kerjakan.
Where he and others bomb fish happens to be the center of the world's marine life.
So we just got here in Borao. This rain is intense. When this slows down a little bit, we'll be able to get in the boat and head up the river to the east coast and come out into the sea.
On our way, we see just how industrialized the mainland has become. We pass countless mining vessels carrying coal. Mining accounts for more than half of the economy in this province. But after 3 hours, we finally arrive deep into the Celebes Sea. It is one of the world's most beautiful places, brimming with fish and filled with some of the most stunning coral reefs anywhere. But all that is changing. We were invited to document the existential threats this massively important landmark is facing. The Coral Triangle hosts 75% of the world's coral species. It's a marine area in the western Pacific Ocean, including the waters of Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, the Solomon Islands, Timor-Leste, and here in Indonesia. The Derawan Archipelago is the largest home for sea turtles in all of Asia. It holds over 120,000 acres of mangroves, which are some of the most carbon-absorbent trees in the world. And as our planet continues to warm, they are more important than ever. This 100-mile-long stretch of 31 islands is home to over 2,000 different types of reef fish.
When we exit the river.
Dadang Mujiano leads the team for Global Conservation, an NGO dedicated to safeguarding the marine protected area we're now heading into.
How would you describe this area now compared to what it was like when you were a young kid?
Oh, it's completely different, of course. Like 10 years ago when a coral and underwater landscape was extraordinary. Now we can see a lot of coral breaking in several places.
After getting hit by a bomb, the coral that took thousands of years to form looks like this. Flattened.
Have you seen a bombfish?
In real life, yeah.
You have?
In real life, yeah.
You felt it, what it
Yeah.
feels like underneath the water.
This is your back spine. Your back spine.
Rafinaldi is a certified snorkeling and scuba instructor here in the Derawan Islands. He works on Maratoa Island. He was underwater when he felt the bomb go off nearly 200 meters away.
The sound of the bomb fishing is like the ringing, the ring. That's the ring, and the water. It's like electricity. Your spine. It's like the electricity. Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
The next morning, we embark on a boat tour of Maratoa, the island where our bomb fisher lost his arm. To our surprise, we immediately learn just how prevalent bomb fishing is here. Our own boat captain tells us he was once a bomb fisher.
Lebih besar pendapatannya bom daripada pancing, jaring. Pokoknya lebih memuaskan lah kalau bom.
Basically, a glass bottle, then you put something that would explode inside, some kind of powder.
Nyalakannya tinggal pakai korek kayu, tinggal kita korek, lempar, 3 menit, pang. Itu kita tinggal tunggu sebentar, 5 menit, langsung kita ambil ikannya.
How many fish do you think you would normally get?
Sampai 2 ton.
Why did you give it up?
Niat mau berhenti kan terakhir, langsung kena tangkap.
His arrest was an unlucky twist of fate. A tourist on the beach shot this video of him, posted it on social media. It was seen not only by the police, but also by the country's former Minister of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, Susi Pujiastuti, who demanded his arrest and his sentence to 7 months in prison.
Tourists took a picture of his bomb when they were fishing. That went viral. You found out about that, and you essentially pressured the police to arrest him.
Oh yeah, I always push people to do the job.
She is well known in Indonesia, partly because of her unique personality, which you can see on her photos at her house on the walls. Before her appointment as a minister, she was a successful entrepreneur with her own airline and a commercial fishing corporation. But by the time she left the government in 2019, she had become an aggressive maritime activist. Since she left, she believes bomb fishing is on the rise.
It's been stopped in my time, almost 70 to 80%.
How much of the use of bombs gone down?
I think it's going up, not going down.
Is there more demand for just greater amount of fish?
Maybe nobody cares anymore.
She says her aim has never been to prevent fishing, but rather overfishing.
Everything is collapsed, the numbers of fish, the number of shrimps, the number of lobster is gone.
That's all because of being overfished.
Yes, because 2001, the government start concess the license to foreign fishing vessel, giving concession license to foreign vessel.
Those concessions allowed slews of fishing boats into areas like Derawan and further north into the disputed territories of the South China Sea.
You know what they do? They buy one license, they have 10 boats, the same color, the same name. That's what they call, like from China, overseas fishing fleet.
So when she took office, she imposed moratoriums, periods of time when no foreign vessels could fish in Indonesian waters.
So within these 6 months, you cannot fish. Either you go home, or I will enforce my constitutions.
And how she enforced her constitution certainly made headlines.
The Indonesian Ministry of Marine Affairs has just demolished 31 illegal fishing boats.
Indonesia on Wednesday blew up 41 vessels.
The move is part of an ongoing campaign against illegal fishing.
When I look back, I was also amazed myself that they allowed me to do that.
What were those ships that you blew up?
Many from Vietnam, Thailand, and then from China, and from New Guinea.
In total, she sank nearly 500 vessels, after removing their crew, of course.
It's an organized crime. Illegal fishing is a transnational organized crime. They're not only fishing illegally, they also trade, buying, catching endangered species.
Endangered species like sharks and turtles. Since she's left office, she believes this organized crime is once again beginning to flourish.
Do you want the current minister to start blowing up boats too, to try to keep them from coming back again? These outside...
They say they want to have bilateral, better cooperation bilaterally.
These days, the laws are complicated. Here, Dadang and his group are trying to work with local law enforcement. He convinces them to let us accompany them on a 2-day patrol at sea. This area is designated by the local government as areas that prohibit any fishing.
But for the red zone, it is prohibited.
So if those foreigners are in this area that's protected, they could be caught and arrested?
Yes.
And as we approach the red zone, we immediately see what Susi had warned us about.
Oh, they're fishing.
Fishing.
Terus di depan.
Itu hasilnya kan? Hasilnya di sini.
We pull over several boats.
Wah, ada orang. Bikin apa, Kep? Putri Mas Rina ya.
So as you can see, we are in the middle of the red zone area. Unfortunately, the fishers have no idea whether this is classified as a red zone or not.
This is a red zone.
The red zone
Nobody
area.
can fish here, but we see
Yeah.
boats there,
So many boats.
there. So
This
they're
one.
all illegally placed.
Almost none had paperwork that could prove they were from the area and permitted to fish there.
Udah mati.
Berarti permanen kan ini. Tahu nggak kesalahanmu apa?
Tapi tahu, Pak.
Hah? Nah, kau aja betul. Tahu nggak kesalahanmu?
Apa nama ikan ini?
Tombat.
Tombat.
According to Dadang, one of the biggest issues here is a lack of education about where vessels can and cannot fish.
It is one of the main problems we face in the Derawan Archipelago. We have the regulation since 2018, but apparently not everyone knows about this zonation.
They don't even know this is a red zone.
That's right, that's right.
Halo guys, sampai ketemu.
The other issue, sheer numbers. There are not enough police to monitor the archipelago. This was one of the only patrols covering this 100-mile stretch of islands.
Parrotfish.
Are these all legally fished?
There is no way of telling how many fish are taken from these reefs, many of which are going extinct. Experts tell us that they often end up in rare fish markets throughout Asia, a potential multi-million-dollar industry.
Ini dijual kemana, Pak? Dijual kemana ini ikan? Oh, Tanjung Batu, the nearest homeland.
On our first day patrol, all of the boats they searched are let off. The police tell us they don't want to arrest or fine them over what they believe are confusing regulations. On our second day, we approach a boat without any visible flags.
Apanya? Ikannya.
Ini.
They got shark fin.
They find 4 shark fins that are scalped off the sharks. The fishermen told us that the rest of the bodies were then thrown back into the sea. Despite the fact most shark species are nearing extinction, shark meat is still popular in countries throughout Asia, largely in China. And while there are laws in place to protect them,
According to the local regulation, every sharks here are protected.
the laws in the larger province says that some sharks can be caught here.
It depends where this guy obtained the permits.
The officers look over the permits.
Nggak apa-apa betul ya?
And again, we watch confusion and bureaucracy get in the way of conservation here.
Bottom line is the local government made it illegal to catch any sharks.
Yes.
Then the larger political area actually said you can fish certain ones, but not all of them.
Some illegals argue that they were accidentally catch the sharks. So because of that reason, our officers are unable to catch them.
Do the police really believe that?
I don't think so.
There's no enforcement, that's it. At the moment, it's like nobody say or shout at the fact that this is still going on.
Are you furious about this, that it's not being done?
I am very furious. This is my hometown, and people keep stealing fish, sharks, blasting turtles, corals, so I'm not sure that if we still doing this 10 or 15 years, the future generation will be at risk.
Dadang and his team are setting out to save as much of this place as they can, despite the odds. On this small island in the archipelago, they show even the smallest gestures could have a huge impact. Spotters go out throughout the island to find these baby sea turtles, often trapped beneath the sand.
They can help and release them to the water. Good luck.
The archipelago is the largest habitat for sea turtles in all of Asia. On their own, it's estimated that 1 in 10 baby turtles actually make it to the ocean.
What's the biggest fear?
Predators. The second one, human.
Humans?
Yes.
What do you mean?
The turtle eggs during her ocean patrol. She busted illegal trade of egg turtles.
These are the poachers that were busted, caught at sea, shipping almost 2,500 turtle eggs to be sold nearby.
The demand is very high, especially in the capital of East Kalimantan, Samarinda, where they sell widely, openly on the street.
He says they are often smuggled out of the archipelago and ultimately for sale in the fish markets of Asia. These suspects are now in prison, but many others are still running free.
I'm an optimistic person. I said to the locals here that why don't we try together, sit together and protect our home from those outsiders.
And as for bomb fishing, until enforcement can be stepped up, this team is offering sustainable fishing gear to locals.
We will give you fishing gear. You just promise me, please make a strong commitment.
This fisherman has not much resource to be able to fish appropriately. They have no nets, nobody give them boat. I feel sad because we should empower them.
Clearly, the mission out here is just to try to save this area. These are the ones that are so pristine, and some places really untouched. So many reasons out here you want this to be saved, to not be abused, not to be developed. I think when people take a look at it, they want to do something to help this earth.